So what are your favorite ones that you've worked on?
My favorite ones I've worked on, let's see. First, actually, may
I? Oh, what is that?
This is a movie I was telling you about, the big hair before I was telling you about.
Yeah,
It's called
okay.
Five Dead on the Crimson Canvas. And this is a movie I made about 14 years ago. It was shot on Super 8 film in silent film. And it was entirely, every single sound effect, everything was redubbed a year later. Just like the old European horror films, because they filmed all those films without sound. And everything had to be reinvented. And that was the manner of how they made those movies back then. We did it strictly because we had no money.
Some weather we've been having lately.
Bella ragazzo.
Yes, it has been hot.
Everyone had to come back. They had to watch their mouths, and literally re-give the performance. We had to put the sound effects. Every time somebody closed the door, you have the clicking sound and everything. And it was a lot of work. It was like making the movie twice, basically. But
It's almost like syncing up to a cartoon or something.
pretty much, yeah, basically. I mean, that's how a lot of those older foreign films were. It was all, we were having on a set. If two people were having a conversation like we are, they'd be having hammering in the background. Somebody would be ordering lunch over there. People would be talking while we're talking. But then what would happen is when they would go to loop it later on. Everything was made fresh. I mean, it does have that kind of hollow, artificial sound to it. It doesn't sound as natural as if you was sync sound, but it still has a certain quality about it that gives it that's like I was saying, that special, dubbed foreign film feel to it. So, but making that film was tough. But it was something I look back very fondly at. It was one of my first productions. I remember we had a nice premiere and everything. So that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
There are other films of mine that are not favorites, but Barricade was a very happy experience. That one I did in Germany a few years ago. And it was just because I've worked with other German filmmakers who shall remain nameless.
Wait, didn't you have like a story about like someone you should never? I think I read an interview with you, like never work with this person, the scariest experience, right?
Exactly.
Who is that, Joe?
I wonder. If you do an IMDb, what's the word?
IMDb.
IMDb. If you do a search and you look at other German movies, not directed by Timo Rose, you'll see what I mean. But just things that were a little.
That's all right. He won't see this. He's in Germany. And then as an actor, the different roles that you've played, you're also a model. I guess
yes.
if you Google Mr. Joe here, you will find, and if your safe search is off, or whatever it is, you'll get a whole different.
Or if you have kids, put that safe search on. Or if anybody,
put that on. So
any relatives I know, turn that safe search on, please. Thank you.
So you've done some artistic
music,
right? Okay, so now I mean. Are you also like a trainer? I mean, what are all these things?
Nah,
just
narcissist. That's all.
Is that what it is?
Well, the funny thing is, I mean, I have no interest in sports. I don't watch sports as much. I have to say that's one thing I feel bad is that I see so many people get into baseball games, hockey, and I would like to be into it, but I'm just not. So, but I think the only real athletic outlet is just to work out. It's something I do.
Okay.
And gotta do something with it.
And then you get to be on greeting cards. His butt's on a greeting card. It is. Well, it is. I don't know. You could buy him at your local Hallmark. No, I don't know. Bring Joe home. Yeah, bring a little Joe home. So, and you were also Elvis once for some.
He did some digging around.
Playboy? Oh yeah.
A long time ago, when I was living in Los Angeles after I graduated college, I was just there for one summer, and at the time I didn't like Los Angeles because it just seemed kind of alien. I did extra work on Playboy's Secrets and Confessions. All I did was a party scene. It was just a masquerade party, but they had me playing latter-day Elvis, and it was in the lame.
Really?
And believe me, that wasn't so bad. But then they because I didn't have the beautiful thick hair that Elvis had, they put about 40 pounds of hairspray, and I mean raised it. It took God knows how many shampooings to get it out.
Did they give you a wig or something?
No, I guess it was cheap production, but
Playboy. Well,
I mean, I had some hair, but not that much hair. So I just remember, I was calling I landed this part where I just happened to call my mom, and she was going to sleep, and I said, "Oh yeah, I landed. I got extra work on Playboy Secret Confession." She went, "Oh, okay, that's nice." Next day I get a phone call. You did what?
Mom's worried.
Yeah, so but it was, again, that was another experience that was just fun to be on the set, just because it was just a masquerade ball, but just like seeing what was going to happen. And, it was anecdotes. I've done extra work on Korean Basic Instinct movies where basically it was during the winter of '94 when there was one blizzard after another. We thought we wouldn't see the ground again, and bunch of us were hired to do extra work from this talent company, which shall remain nameless. We're more or less shanghaied to Palisades to do to do this thing, and it was a 20-hour shoot, and more or less it was just one of those things where, you know how they say quiet on the set in Korean? Shh. They had a 6-year-old interpreter on the set. She was the interpreter. She would go like, he wants you to go there. It's just like all the people. There were Korean leads speaking English.
Well, at least they're polite. Yeah.
And then everybody, all the people who were dancing in this clubber is like, we're all like, blondes and very Caucasian-looking people. Just like, I remember, it was just one of those experiences that, like I said, the pay was terrible, but experience was less, but it was an anecdote that will stick with you forever. So I guess it was fun. So
you've had a lot of fun.
I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things to just not have to be a normal person, and I'm a college graduate,
That's admirable. See, you could be sitting behind a desk.
I had parochial school training, which explains a lot of things. A lot of explaining.
So I'm gonna let you be, and because Jesus, this guy's got a lot of stories here.
Can I just say, that's Kentertainment?
That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. I guess we could find you at...
You can find my movies on Amazon. Do a Google search, you'll have a picnic.
All right, the latest one, The Beast?
Yeah, Beast.
That's just Beast, not The Beast.
Well, it's Timo Rose's Beast, not to be confused with Michelangelo Antonioni's Beast. Okay. That'll be February.
In February, great.
And Brain Cell, that'll be shooting in January.
Okay. And we are in by the way, the amazing apartment of Mr. Brian
Norton of Penny Grove. And this apartment in itself is worth an interview. You could just film it, and that's the interview.
This is insane. This is crazy.
Maybe have Brian on one day for an interview.
I think we should have Brian on one day.
You're the horror king, not me. If it was something about, scary musicals like Jekyll and Hyde or Lestat, those are two horrors right there.
You forgot Carrie.
Oh, right! Yeah. Oh, he's good. He knows more than his films, yeah.
They'll do like Barbara Walters thing where and you start give me the whammy. It's like,
we're going to make you cry yet.
We were doing the color corrections on movie 5 Dead, and the woman in there was watching. One of the guys was in the movie. He's the only redhead in the movie, and she's an older woman. She goes, "You just don't see redheads in there."
You don't.
You just don't.
Well, anyway, it's Halloween, so we thought we'd kind of do this. Is it lame?
No. Thank you for stopping by.
Okay, thanks.
Now you have to say your last name for me, so don't say it wrong.
It's Zaso.
Zaso.
Not Zaso, Zaso, and there's Z-A-S-O, not 3 Z's, 3 S's. It's Zaso.
Zaso.
And not Spazzo, like they used to call me in school, because I do trip over things.
I bet you got Zazo
Spazzo, yes. I'm not Joey Zaza from Godfather 3. We bit the ear, and I'm not Zazu Pitts. And
Zazu Pitts?
Who was the other one? Is there something from Lion King? I think Zazu.
I'm not sure.
The Joe Show.
Silly. And if you ever need a redhead victim, because there aren't a lot of redheads anymore. But
no,
yeah, well, it's
real redhead.
What is it? 6% of the population is redhead? 3%? 2%.
2% redheads.
Yeah.
What about blondes?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
I don't have this problem. I'm well gray. That's it. Silver. So.
See, well, I know you shave hair. Now, way back when you didn't have it shaved in the earlier films, and now it just.
No, it's I used to. Well, I one movie I did called 5 Dead in the Crimson Canvas, which was made about 14 years ago. See, because unfortunately I was not blessed with beautiful thick hair, so back then I had to, gel it and blow it out like crazy.
Okay.
And now when I look back, I was like, oh my god, it looks like stuck my finger in the socket, to get this, pompadour, It's like,
I almost didn't recognize you.
It's almost all gel. It's like make it look like like Yahoo. What was his name? Yahoo Serious?
Yeah. Oh my god, right, the Australian.
The flash.
Guy.
That's like flash in the past.
Wow. One more time, I think. We good? Yeah. You're back.
Join us.
Oh, Joe, you almost knocked that poster off.
I keep
the
doing it
wall.
over and over.
Is that because you want to put one of your posters up there?
This is actually one of my favorite. I've ever heard. This is a foreign poster for it. Have you ever heard of Squirm?
Squirm, no.
It was a movie about man-eating worms. It was made by. It was
so.
Actually, it was filmed in Georgia.
Georgia.
Like, but it was in
like
basically.
Russia?
I had somebody, I know someone who said that recently. They said, "Oh my God, it's terrible what's happening in Georgia. I have a cousin who lives in Marietta."
No.
I was like, this girl works for a bonding company. That you were serious? That's what made it all the worse.
I love it.